In this video today, I'm going to show you how to clone or copy any website template of your choice, and I'm also going to show you how to modify it. You can change the text, the logo, some images, and also colors on the website. If you're interested in this, let's get started. On my screen, I have just a random website template about building a logistics website. You can see that a very good and modern, sleek website design that I really love. So the first thing we're going to do in this video is to go ahead to clone this template right here. And to do that, I'm going to use the HTTrack website copier. Now, for me to get the HTTrack website copier, let me just quickly close this. So I'm going to go to httrack.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. Another way to do that is you head on to Google and you can type download HTTrack, right? So you can make do with the first link that you see over here. Click on the first link, and of course you're gonna stumble on the download page, and make sure to download the recommended one for your PC. You can see that. Now this is the recommended one right here for my PC, and I can just click on this, and then you can see the download is gonna start anytime from now. You can add, and you can see the download just started and it's already done. So you're gonna want to click on the installer file that you just downloaded right now and go ahead to install the software. Give your permission, and it's just a simple install, right? There's nothing difficult, nothing complicating at all. So I already have the software installed already, as you can see right here on my desktop environment. So I'm just gonna double click to open that, okay? And I already have the software opened up, so I'm just gonna click on next right here, and I'm gonna give it a project name. So I will just give it some random name, okay? The project name doesn't really matter, it's just a name that you can use to remember the project, right? So you can give it any project name that you wish. I'm just gonna give it tools, right? So I'm gonna go over to the website right here and just copy the link to the website. Now I'm just gonna copy the entire link, okay? So click on next, and right here it says the web addresses. I'm gonna paste the web address I just copied, and I click on next, click on finish, and the cloning has just started. So for the sake of this video, I've already cloned this web page before I started this video, so I'm not going to need this one right here. But for you, you're just gonna stay calm, stay put, have some more patience, and your cloning is going to complete, okay? So I'm just gonna cancel that right now, and I'm going to continue with the one I cloned just before this video. I'm gonna head over to my file manager to access the files that I just cloned. So I go to my file manager, and the default place that you probably be receiving all the cloned files is from your local disk, okay? So if I enter into my local disk, I'll probably be seeing the my websites. You can see that right here. So this folder is set at default by HTTrack whenever you have HTTrack installed on your computer, right? So it's going to create this folder right here, which is called my website. So every other cloned project that you have ever done will be saved inside this folder. I'm going to open up the my websites folder, and I'll head on to this right here, which says ABC. This is just the project name that I gave to the first copy that I did, okay? So I'm going to open up that folder. Inside the project name, I'm going to see the folder with the exact domain name from which I cloned the template from, which in my case is this one right here. So I'm going to double click on it to, of course, open it. I don't know why I keep saying the double click, but pardon me, right? So I'm going to open up the folder which I saw next, and also open up the next one. Now right here we can see all the files and the assets folder as well. Inside the asset folder we have the image, the CSS, the JavaScript, the fonts, and all that shit. So I'm going to click on these to come up, and you can see all the HTML files right here that I just cloned. Now let's look for the index file, which is right here, and I'm just going to open it up with Chrome. So by default I have the Brave browser set as my default browser, but for this tutorial I'm going to open up this with Chrome, right? So I'm going to click on open with Chrome, and let's see if it looks the exact way from the original website. You can see the address right here is from my local C drive, right? So you can see the real website, there is little to no difference. You can see that, guys. You can see that. This right here is one from my local drive, and this, let's see this section from the original website. Let's see this section. You can see little to no difference. Now we're done with the first part of the video, which is cloning the template, and we're gonna head to the second part of the video, which is modifying the template. So let's get into it. Now the software I'm gonna use is just the Visual Studio Code. So if you want to use a live server to do the modification, so you can just be visiting your website to see the progress and all that stuff. So you can just zip up the project file. You can just zip up this folder right here and go ahead and upload it to your cPanel from your file manager or your FTP. Okay, so for me, I'm going to do this locally, and I'm going to do it with Visual Studio Code Editor. All right, so if you want to use the Visual Studio Code and you don't already have it on your computer, just head on to Google and type download VS Code. So you can just go with the first link right here to download VS Code, and make sure you choose the right file for your right operating system, as you can see right here. So I already have the VS Code installed on my computer, and I'm gonna get started with it right away. I'm not gonna let this video to be so long, and so therefore I'm only going to be working on the index.html. But be rest assured that if you know how to edit the index.html file, you obviously know how to edit the rest of the files. Okay, so I'm gonna right click on the index.html file right here. By the way, I'm using the Brave browser as my default browser. That's why you can see this right here. Probably you might be using the Chrome as your default browser, or maybe the IE, the Internet Explorer, right? So I right click on the index.html file, and I'm gonna click on open with over here, and you can see open with the Visual Studio Code. So I'm gonna open that with the Visual Studio Code. Now if you're using the cPanel, obviously edit your index.html file if you're watching this video right now, and you can see I have the index.html file opened up on my VS Code. I'm gonna go back to that. Of course, let me just close this for now, and you can see basically all HTML files basically has two sections, which is the head and the body, right? And the head, we all know, consists of the title, the metadata of the page, right? So I'm not gonna be talking much about the head right now, so let's just move down to the body. And we are obviously going to be working also with our browser. Now let's check our browser if we have the website opened up on localhost. This is the index.html file opened up on our localhost. So this is basically the file that we are trying to edit right here on the VS Code. Now let me show you how to edit text for the first place. So let's go back to the website. Over here at the header section, you can see this specialist in modern transportation. So let's say I want to change any of these. So I'm just going to go to the VS Code, and right here I'm going to search for that same term. So basically any text that you want to change or you want to modify, you're basically going to want to search for that exact text on the code, right? So when you see it, then you can replace it and you can save, as simple as that. Now you can search for that. You can see the file is a very long file. You can see a very long file. Let's scroll all the way down and let's see how many lines of code we have on this file. You can see we have well over 2,500 lines. So it's not going to be an easy one trying to look for the exact thing that you're searching for if you don't make use of the search feature. So you're going to want to press the Ctrl F. The Ctrl F shortcut key simply brings up the find and replace bar, right? Which you can see right here. Let's say we want to search for the specialist in modern transportation. We have two options. Just to go ahead and copy that like this, and I'm gonna paste that inside this field right here. And immediately I pasted that, you can see I already have it highlighted. You can see it right here. So let's say specialist in modern, let's say instead of modern transportation, let's say modern logistics. And the moment we save changes and we head on to the browser and refresh, boom, you can see that, guys. Just by taking a simple action, I've been able to change that. So that's basically the way you go about changing any of the text that you can see right here. It's as simple as making a find and replace operation on the computer. So that's basically how you go about editing all the text in the template, and you can see how simple it is. Now let's go ahead and let's see how we can be able to change the logo of the template. Now when I take a look at this page right here, you can see the logo that I wish to replace. Okay, now when you right click on the logo, you're going to want to click on copy image address. Copy image address. Now you want to copy the image address and you want to look at the address. So to do that, you're going to want to paste the address somewhere. Now let me just open another tab, just for nothing's sake, but only to see the address that I just copied. Right now over here you can see that we have this main HTML assets. So it's basically inside the assets folder. Now this is just a path to this logo right here. This logo right here, you can see this is just the path, right? So inside the assets folder, inside the image, inside the resources. So let's trace this out, guys. Now I'm going to open up my file manager and I'm going to enter into the assets folder. From there you can see images. Yes, images. From there we have resources. Now we have resources. From there we have logo-1.png. You can see how, let's just look at the logo right here. You can see right here we have logo-1.png. Of course it's a PNG file, right? Now let me just go ahead to change the logo-1 right there. Now let me just open another instance of the file manager. So guys, you can see I have this image right here and you can see the file type as a PNG file. Okay, now look at the logo that we're about to replace right here. If I still hover on it, you can see the file type PNG file, right? Now if the logo or the image that you're about to replace is a PNG file, of course you're going to want to make sure that the image for the replacement is also a PNG file. You don't want to use a JPG file to want to replace a PNG file. Of course it's not going to work. Okay, they must be of the same file type for it to work. Now you can see I already have a PNG file and the file that I want to replace is also a PNG file. So the only thing remaining is the name, right? So right now I'm going to rename this to directly represent this. Okay, now this one is logo and this one is logo-1. Okay, so I'm going to click that to rename this to logo-1. So in this case right now, if I'm to replace this, if I'm to drag this to here, now this will be able to replace the old logo. You get the point now. So if you are working from the file manager, this is still the same way that you need to do this, right? Make sure that if the logo that you're trying to replace is a PNG image, also make sure that the logo that you have on your PC that you want to upload to file manager is also a PNG image. I hope you got that. Now I'm gonna drag, right click and drag, okay, and I'm gonna leave that and I'll select copy here. And now you can see the notice, replace the file in the destination. That means this file already exists, right? So I'm gonna click replace. And over here you're gonna see the file is replaced. So if I head over to the browser and I make a quick reload, you can see that this logo will be changed. So let's go ahead and make a reload. Yes guys, you can see that the logo has been changed. I mean, don't be bothered about the logo, the color of the logo and all that stuff. I mean, that's not the main interest right now. The main interest right now is that I've been able to change the logo. So that is basically the simplest way that you can go ahead to edit images. Just right click on it. You're going to select copy image address, take the address and paste it somewhere so you can be able to see the address. Now read the file path right here from the assets, images, resources. Now the file path for yours is definitely going to be different, right? Because they are not the same template. Okay, so make sure you follow up with the same file path till you get to the image. You can see the image title is about one img1.jpg, right? And now you're going to want to make sure that the image that you want to replace this with is also a JPG image. That is simply how to replace an image on the HTML template. Now lastly, we're going to go through how to edit colors. Okay, now this is a very delicate part that you need to pay a lot of attention, guys. So you can see on the page right here, I have a lot of the orange color, and I think this is a very dark blue color, I don't know, but basically I have the primary color to be this orange right here. So to do this, I'll be using the Chrome extension, which is the ColorZilla. Okay, the ColorZilla right here, you can just search for ColorZilla, or you can simply use all other Chrome extensions that can be able to copy any color on the page. Okay, it doesn't really matter whether it's the ColorZilla or not, but for me, I use the ColorZilla. You can go ahead and search for ColorZilla if you need that too. You can install it on your Chrome. Okay, so when you have the extension installed and activated, go back to the live template. I mean the one that you copied from, right here, not the one on your local host. No, go back to the one that you cloned from. Okay, and you can click on the extensions tab right there and click on ColorZilla. And when you do that, you're going to see the color copier right here, the color selector. Okay, so anywhere you hover on, you are going to select the exact color on that space. Okay, so right here, I'm interested in copying this orange color right here. So I'm just gonna click on the orange color. Now I head back to VS Code. Okay, I head back to VS Code, and let me go straight to the header, and let's see where the CSS style sheet is. Okay, so you can see all the link tags right here. I'm gonna want to trace the one for the style.css file. There is always the style.css file, by the way. So let's look for the style.css, and you can see I have it in the assets css style.css. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that is basically where it is always. Okay, so let me just go back to the website folder right here. So I'm gonna go all the way back, okay, to assets. Then I'm gonna go to CSS, and I'm also gonna open up the style.css. You can see the style file right here. So I'll right click on that and open with code. You can see the logo right here. So I'm gonna open it with the VS Code. So I click on open, and right here you can see the style.css, and already you can see the colors. Okay, and before I even make this search operation, you can already see the orange right here. Yours might not be like that. You might have to just do your Ctrl F right here and paste in the color that you copied from the ColorZilla extension. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that, and of course you can see that right here. Now how to do that is we can just go ahead, and you can see it's only one, right? So since it's only one right here, I can just directly edit that right here. But if it's so many, you can just type in your color code right here and click on edit all, right? I mean replace all, to replace all the instances of that color. But since I only have one instance right there, so I can just click here to change the color. I have no color in mind, but let's see, let's say I do something like this, and I'm gonna save changes. So if I go back to my browser and go back to this place and I make a quick reload, you can see that let's see first. So guys, right now our website has drastically changed just by changing the color. You can see how awesome this is, guys. So you can see now we only have the lemon. The orange is well gone, guys. Well, I think this lemon is too flashy. Maybe I can just set it to something duller than that. Let's say something this green or something. So I'm gonna save changes and forgive me, right? I just don't like the lemon, it's too flashy and all that stuff. So yeah, I think this is more acceptable, right? So you can see how awesome the website is looking just by changing only the color, guys. So you can just go ahead and touch every single part of the template to customize it for your own use. I only demonstrated in this video using the index.html just due to the time, okay? But basically the same process is involved in all the files, right? There is nothing different at all, right? Now, even if there is something different, the index.html will be the one with more of the tasks. So guys, this is the point which we draw the curtain for this video. If you enjoyed the video, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. And if this is your first time seeing my YouTube channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.